is D&I a checkbox thing that you have to do, or is it something that you do because you know it's for the best for people on a moral level, on an economic and financial level as well, for your company to succeed?
If the environment is inclusive, people genuinely feel like their difference adds value, and that their opinion is going to be sought out and then listened to and then acted upon, then instantly your environment is one where people are themselves, bring themselves, give everything of themselves, and then, you know, you will only get the best performance out of those people.
When you have similarity of thinking, we know that falls into groupthink, and so similarity is deficient around the ability to innovate, be creative, understand new markets, etc. So some of the ingredients of high-performing teams is obviously around diversity, but we also know that we need to connect diversity with a sense of belonging. Google did a really fascinating project. One of the key ingredients of that project was psychological safety. And so psychological safety is interesting in terms of the connectivity of that and a sense of belonging, which aligns this notion of organisational inclusivity. I think what lots of organisations do is they make a strategic error, is that they think if they populate their organisations with high levels of difference, that will lead to innovation and creativity and high performance. The ingredients of high performance are a strategic alignment between diversity and inclusion and that central element of psychological safety. And when we've got that, that's where organisations start to fly.
Pretending to be something that you're not, managing your behaviour, managing your conversation, means that you're focusing on that as opposed to your performance. So psychologically, you're in a negative space, but performance-wise, your performance is automatically going to be affected by trying to manage yourself as opposed to trying to manage your performance. So people will leave, that's the most obvious one, is people will move. We're in a high employment rate at the moment, so employee turnover and retention is a key feature of a non-inclusive culture. But it's the hidden things. Sickness absence levels will go up with mental health issues. Colleagues' teamwork will be affected by not understanding people's differences and where they come from. And the most important thing is the conversations won't happen that allow people to be authentic at work and therefore fulfil themselves at work, be safe, be happy and perform.
Diversity is being invited to the party. Inclusivity is being asked to dance. Many companies will say, oh, well, we're diverse. We've got a large number of different races working, different genders, blah, blah, blah. But it's all at one level. On paper, you've got a 20% racial diversity mix and a 45% women in your company, but they haven't progressed all the way through. That's inclusivity, allowing them to have a full and prosperous career within your organisation.
I think for a business to really get started on their inclusion strategy, it's about how do we make these strands visible, firstly, and there's sometimes a little bit of tentativeness around, oh, but you know, why do we need to put pride in people's faces? It doesn't matter what your sexual orientation is, and I agree with that. But in order to make something just a non-issue, you have to put it in people's faces for a little while because you have to increase the awareness. So notable dates are a really easy way of doing it. International Women's Day, Pride Month, World Mental Health Day, all those types of things are a great way of highlighting role models. Sharing stories is probably the most powerful thing any business can do because it is bringing to life everything that you're talking about from an inclusion perspective. It's not just saying, look, diversity, this is what we'd like to do. It's saying, actually, we are doing it, and listen to our people who it matters to.
D&I is considered as one of the key metrics in an organisation because that performance, that essential organisational overall performance is dependent on the differences that you will have, not on the similarities necessarily.
If you found this video helpful for your recruitment journey, why not subscribe to our channel? And don't forget to tap the bell to get the latest videos first.